welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here today because we are going to be talking about how to manifest your feminine energy. For the longest time, I didn't understand the concept of feminine energy. I thought it was just wearing pretty clothes, nice thing. But I finally did master it. Completely transformed my life. So what feminine energy is not, it is not chasing a man. It is not trying to prove your worth. It is not going after things, begging people to be in your life. What feminine energy is extreme self-love, self-care, caring about building the person you want to become, becoming the girl that you want to be, and living a lifestyle that fits your femininity and doesn't fight it. It's about loving yourself so much that in every single situation, you're going to choose yourself and you won't have to deal with low value experiences or low value men. Or low value friendships because you value yourself so much. So let's jump right into what feminine energy is. So feminine energy is about receiving and releasing control. Feminine energy is being expressive about your feelings, being expressive about what you want, really just focusing on fulfillment over productivity. And I think a lot of people confuse femininity for feminine energy, and they're very different. Femininity is like dressing up, being pretty, having girly clothes, having nice perfumes, having all of these things, right?
Yeah.
Like, we love them, but feminine energy is releasing control of things, not being aggressive and not overexerting yourself. Feminine energy is not about what you look like. It is not about how pretty you are or aren't. It is not about any of that stuff. Your energy that you give off will radiate louder than what people see on the surface, because you are more than what is on the surface. You are what you are inside, and that is what matters, and that's what we're here to work on today. Feminine energy is just a way of being, a way of expressing yourself, the way that you take care of yourself. All of these things, it's so important to how you exert your feminine energy. So when you lack feminine energy, you actually lack a lot more. You lack the ability to stand up for yourself. You lack the ability to enjoy life, really, because somebody that is strongly in the masculine will have aggressive behavior. They will want control over everything. Next, if you're trying to be this easygoing girlfriend that does everything that the boyfriend
wants, worships the ground that he walks on, yes, gonna do anything for,
like, honey, he does not need another mama, and it's not your job to be his mama. So when you are in an energy like this, in an energy of lack and an energy of need and desperation, it shows, and that's how you attract feminine men. And honey, we do not want that. Trust, you don't.
no, no, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, 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 no.
You do not want a man looking at you like you are his mom. No, that's not your role. Your role is his girlfriend, not his mother. This is why you attract men that want to do the whole 50-50. If you are with a masculine man that has values, that is confident and values himself, values you, he will see you as someone that he wants to gladly do things for, not somebody that's keeping tallies of, oh, she did this, so I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this because I expect this in return. That is a 50-50 mentality, and I do not believe in that. I don't. Let me ask you this. Would you rather be in a relationship where people are counting tallies of, oh, well, he did this, so I'm gonna do this, and stress about that? Or just give because you love that person and have that person reciprocate that equally? I believe everything should be 100-100. Now, in the beginning, the man should definitely be the one putting in the effort because you are the prize.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure that you are in your feminine energy so that way you are able to receive. Because if you're coming from a place of masculine energy, you're not going to be able to receive. You're not going to be able to accept things from a man. Coming from a place of masculinity is saying, I'm so independent, I don't need anything, I don't need you to do anything. You are the prize here, so he should be working to get your interest. He should be working to show that he is worth your time, not the other way around. So you need to make sure that your feminine energy is giving off acceptance, peace. You are never going to get your soft life or princess treatment from going into a relationship with a feminine man. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. You're going to be mommy, taking care of him. Like, he has no sense, like he's a little child. Instead, what you're going to do is focus on your life, focus on your goals, focus on your achievements, things that you want to do. Live your best life. Like, you do not need, whether you are in a relationship or not, you do not need to have a man that you take care of all of the time, worrying about his every nit and nat. Like, no. Take care of yourself. Do your thing. When you are in a place of feminine energy, a masculine man will be more attracted to that, and his desire will be to provide and protect and take care of you. It should not be the other way around. Do you see the correlation here? And I want to make it very clear that this has nothing to do with your physical appearance. It has nothing to do with the way that you choose to dress. It has nothing to do with just your hair or your makeup or how much makeup, how much jewelry you're wearing. It does not matter. What we're talking about is energy, and your energy is so much louder than what your appearance is. So when you put forward that feminine energy and you are giving off that soft, radiant vibe, a masculine man who is confident in himself and knows what he wants and knows how to provide for you will be attracted to that. If you are giving off insecure, needy, clingy, desperate, I need someone to take care of, I need someone to fix, masculine, strong-minded men are going to see that and they are going to run away from that because that is not attractive. That is not what a strong-minded man wants. That is not what a high-value man wants. They are attracted towards people who are confident in themselves and have this feminine energy that they just radiate. If you do have those qualities of being insecure and not radiating any feminine energy, and it's coming from a place of very strong masculinity, people will see that and you will be attracting a feminine man, somebody that is weak-minded, somebody that needs a mother, and that's no. The rule is, at least in the beginning, this does not apply if you are in a long-term relationship, but in the beginning, the less you give, the more you will receive. Because you are, like I said, you are interviewing these men. They are not interviewing you. Therefore, you should not be worrying about what to text him. You should not be worrying about what to wear, how to dress, what to do to get his attention. Because if you are doing that, you are either trying to attract a feminine man to you, or you are not mentally in your feminine energy yet and not able to attract that man. Because if you were in your feminine energy and you were really rooted and grounded in who you are and being truly authentic and having developed confidence in who you are, you would not even have to think about how to attract the man that you want. It would just come. It would just come to you. On your first few dates with a man, he should be courting you. He should be giving you flowers. He should be opening the car doors for you. Like, if he's not, this is just bare minimum. And if you are being the obsessive one that is constantly always at his beck and call, pondering him with everything that he needs, you are never going to get the life that you want with this man. You are never going to get the soft life that you want and deserve. You are never going to have what you need because you are constantly worrying about what you are giving to him and how he's responding to it, not how he's responding to you. Is he taking care of you? Is he paying attention to your needs? So now let's compare the difference between feminine and masculine energy. When you're in your feminine energy, you are more open to receiving, accepting. Like, when you're in your feminine energy and you go out and someone offers to pay for you, instead of being like, oh, no, let me do it, I can do it. That is coming from a place of masculine energy. If somebody is offering to pay for you because they want to and they see the value of being with you and they just genuinely want to and they offer, accept it. Practice accepting things. Now, granted, you don't have to accept everything coming your way, but if someone genuinely wants to do something for you, why reject that? Being in the masculine is all about being independent, being competitive, having an aggressive personality, wanting to dominate conversations, wanting to dominate other people, wanting to dominate your opinion on top of others and not considering anyone else's opinion except for yours. Being so closed-minded, that is coming from a strong masculine place, and more so a negative masculine place. You are what you attract. And if you are vibrating on a low energy, and you're vibrating from a negative place, you're going to attract negative people, people who don't have your best interest, and people who don't value themselves, because girl, you don't value yourself. Another reason I don't believe in the 50-50 rule is because it cancels out all feminine energy. 100%. You are not allowed to be feminine if you are in a space where everything must be 50-50. If you are in the 50-50, the man is looking for you to fill in a gap he has within himself. Because someone that genuinely loves you and adores you will just want to go out of their way to meet you at 100. It should be 100-100. And I want to make it clear that I'm not bashing anyone that has masculine energy. For the longest time, I had masculine energy because I was coming from a wounded feminine place. I was too overly giving. I was in the place of desperation, trying to be a provider for someone, being a provider for friends, family, all of this, and it was never being reciprocated because I was in such a wounded feminine place. I've learned from that, and now I can help you move on so that way you can move on from having a strong masculine place. Usually women who are in a strong masculine place, they are trying to protect themselves. They don't want to get hurt. They are not willing to let their guard down because of the pain that they have experienced in the past, which is 100% understandable. I want you to ask yourself this: are you willing to live the rest of your life miserable or unhappy or always feeling insecure, not confident, just because you're afraid to get hurt? Or are you willing to be accepting things as they come to you, and then dealing with it once, if things don't work out, then that's okay. You learn from it. You learn from it and you grow. But if you're coming from a place where you never want to experience anything because you are afraid of the hurt, you're afraid of the pain, you're afraid of the lesson, you are in a place where you are unable to grow. You're unable to make any progress. So here are some signs that you are in the wounded feminine. You are insecure, needy, desperate. You feel like you have to be around people all of the time, codependent. You are always wanting to make sure that you are doing as much as you can to get other people to like you. These are things that keep you in a wounded feminine place and eventually lead to a negative masculine energy in a woman. In order to fix that, we need to build up your self-esteem, we need to build up your confidence, we need to build up who you have envisioned that you want to become. And this is only done through a lot of self-work and inner healing. You have to practice daily, be more accepting, and stop trying to dominate everything. It is not about being the most submissive woman in the room. It is not about being somebody that just allows anything to happen, but it is about having a free-flowing life. Like, it should not be, everything should not be about stress. It should not be about work. You're in your wounded feminine if you are more likely to be passive aggressive. Like, if you are in a strong feminine place, you will openly express your feelings, and then somebody can see that you are radiating from a place of feminine energy and confidence, and they will be more willing to hear and openly communicate back with you. That is how you work on your communication. If you have a victim mentality, you also are in a place of wounded feminine energy. And there are so many ways that you can fix this, but you have to make the decision that you want to fix this. You need to practice talking to people about the way that you feel, expressing yourself in a healthy way. Don't bottle things in and wait for them to explode, because that is definitely coming from a negative masculine place. You need to just really practice being yourself. You need to journal your feelings. And I know a lot of people are against journaling and they just think it's a waste of time. Trust me, I really did believe that too before I started doing it and started seeing how much my life was changing. Because when you put your thoughts on a piece of paper, and when you can visually see your goals, when you can visually see the representation of who you want to be out in front of you, and you set goals visually so you can see them to stay on track with who you want to be, you would be so amazed at how far you will be in a year if you stick to that. So other things we want to do to make sure that you are in the feminine energy and creating a feminine lifestyle. We do want to have meditation, guided practices for you to be able to figure out what's going on in your head, how your thoughts are going. Because I'm telling you right now, when I started meditating and I started figuring out what was going on inside of my head, the things in my life started making more sense and I was able to handle them better. Being more vulnerable with people. If you are more vulnerable, you can express your feelings more. You can communicate better. Because if you're coming from a place where you never want anyone to know how you feel and you just want to be that girl that's just like, I never have any emotions, I'm so cold on the inside, like, that's not going to attract anyone. Like, people will just see you as hurt. Like, that's it. No one sees you as this strong bitch that like has it all together. No, they just see you as hurt. Like, you saying, I don't trust anyone, like, no one is trustworthy, and this just shows that you're hurt and you have trauma, and you gotta figure that out. Practicing self-love and self-care. Whenever you have a negative thought about yourself, you need to look in the mirror and correct that and say, wow, that was really mean. Like, I don't want to be a type of person that judges, because if you judge yourself, you're going to judge other people, and that is not coming from a soft, feminine place. You need to trust yourself more. If you are able to trust yourself more and trust your decisions more, you'll be able to see who is for you and who is not for you. And you'll be able to follow through on things that you have set for yourself because you've built trust within who you are. And the way that you build trust with yourself is doing the things that you said that you were going to do. Proving to yourself that you mean what you say. Setting boundaries and not letting anyone cross them. If someone crosses a boundary, make sure you address that right up front. Just being. Like, take days where you are just relaxing and you are yourself. On Sundays, I make sure that I don't do anything. Like, there is nothing. I don't care if I have things I have to do or I want to do just to get ahead. I have to remind myself that I need days where I can recharge. I need days when I can just be myself. I can pamper myself. I can, you know, just have like a spa night, drink some tea, do nothing all day. Like, you need to sit into that energy so that way you are not overly consumed with work, which is strongly in the masculine energy. What we don't want to do is suppress your feelings. We are not suppressing feelings anymore. Being passive aggressive, not expressing how we feel, what we want, just being passive about it. Judging other people, being dominating, trying to dominate conversations, overworking, not having any freedom or flow, and not allowing yourself to enjoy spontaneous moments, not allowing yourself to be spontaneous. Now, there does have to be a healthy balance between the two. Some areas you do need to have some masculine energy, just like men need to have feminine energy sometimes. Feminine does not mean woman energy, and masculine does not mean man energy. It just comes from a more either negative or healthy masculine and a negative and healthy feminine. You need to have a healthy balance, but have the energy that you are solely relying on, your soft feminine energy, over dominating negative masculine energy. Make sure that you find that healthy balance. And when you're balancing your masculine energy, you really want to just make sure that you are having a healthy work balance, a healthy relationship with all aspects of who you are and all aspects of your life, because that is going to make such a difference. We have come to the end of this guide. I really hope that it helped you understand the difference between masculine and feminine, and I also hope that you will be able to heal, because it's so important that you heal yourself from any trauma that you have, and the only way to do that is to really step into your feminine energy and practice being at peace with yourself. If this video helped you, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.